simple as that. If that is what we are all have been abiding to, kudos to you. It's time for you to appreciate yourself. You have all got into your first year of your undergraduation, an excellent fear that you have achieved. Be proud of yourself. The most important thing that I want you all to be aware is, be happy about whatever you have achieved so far. It's extremely uncertain times, unprecedented times today, okay? Never before in our lifetime we have to encounter this. Neither some of our seniors. Think we didn't have to face the First World War, Second World War, Independence War, Cold War, nothing. We all had a relatively smooth life until what is happening now with the COVID, and that has come as a very different, unprecedented, uncertain times that we have to encounter. Nevertheless, we still have to find ways of what best we can do with our life, because nothing else changes. Time flies, everything keeps moving at the same pace, except that we have to work with our constraints. We have got to find ways to make sure that we make best out of these times. But leave this COVID thing, okay, apart for a moment of time. In the history of humankind, if you see, never before now, technological advancement have gone extremely far ahead. When I was doing my college, getting access to a computer is like a luxury, okay? Only you get access to it only when you have lab times, and that too big, you need a big space. You do 1 program, 2 programs, 3 programs, and that's a big achievement. Microsoft Word, emails doesn't exist, cell phones doesn't exist. Yet we have to learn with whatever that we had. Today, whatever happens across the world, you have access to see this at your comfort of your zone, at your home, any point of time, immediately, constantly. You can talk to anybody. Look at what we are doing now. I'm sure you are all spread across the whole subcontinent. You can even be in a different country, okay, if you have chosen to do that, because things looks like other countries are far more safer than our country now. Yet I can sit from my comfort of my home and is able to talk to each one of you at the same time, and we are all able to make the best use of the time. This is the best time of the world. I think this is the best time of your life, because you're in your first years of your marine engineering. But however, the most important thing that we all do while we utilize all of these external gadgets and everything that we do, like fixing the lights, fixing the fans, repairing cell phones and etc. The most important tool that we have for ourselves is us, the mind. Unfortunately, none of us learn and use our mind to the best possible potential that it has. I think that's what I'm going to talk to you now. I'm going to talk to you about yourself, about what you have at your capacity, and how do we start using it so that we get over our limitations, we break through our limitations, and we are able to maximize our potential. Okay? Before I start giving my tidbits, I am not an expert. I'm only going to share with what I have experienced, what I have seen some of these people experience. But before I embark on those conversations, I want you all to do a small exercise with me, okay? I'm sure you will really be able to focus more after this exercise. I want you to all just be with me for 3-4 minutes, okay? I want you to all close your eyes, sit straight, keep your spine erect, and just follow my instructions. No distractions. Keep yourself as much as possible away from your distractions. Cell phones, please mute your cell phones. Just start observing your breath. I'll give you a count and give some instructions. Just follow those instructions. When I say breathing, breathe in deeply, and I'll count, and I'll say hold your breath for the count, and then I'll breathe out. I'll say breathe out. Breathe out, you have to breathe out slowly and then hold. Okay, and then I'll take you to a couple of more instructions after that. Okay, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, breathe, hold, 1, 2, 3, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, 3, 4. Observe your breath. Observe your breath. Continue to keep your eyes closed. So give yourself the permission to keep away from any things that's bothering you, that's acting as distractions, that is stressing you, that is causing you any problems now. Give yourself permission to have undivided attention to this session for the next 45 minutes. Be as open as possible. Come with an open mind. Tell to yourself that I am going to be very open and listen to this session as much as possible, and I'm sure it's going to help me. Keep breathing. When you are ready, you may open your eyes. Ramoti, would you be sharing the presentation, or?
You can present now, madam. You choose present now button, and you can show the PPT to us. In the right hand.
Sure. I've seen that. Yeah. Should I share my copy?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Are you able to see this?
No, madam, not yet.
Murthy sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, have you enabled that share everyone? In the left side meeting details. Just click on the left side meeting details, sir.
Yes.
Where there is an option you have to enable share everyone.
Okay, sir. I will do that, sir.
Yes, sir. Then only madam can access that. Share everyone. Have enabled it, sir.
Share the screen. Let everyone share the screen is already enabled, sir.
Yes, fine, sir. Madam, you just share your entire screen, madam. In the right side.
That's
column.
No, that's what I have done, sir.
Entire screen, please opt for entire screen, madam, not window.
Yeah. That's what I have done. Okay.
Sorry, one second, madam. 1 second.
Still not able to see?
Yes, madam. Shall I try my
Okay.
PPT?
Yeah.
That is,
Sure.
yes, madam.
But the only, okay.
Yes, madam.
Can you put in the full screen view?
Yes, madam. Is it okay, ma'am?
Yeah, that's fine. Can you give me the control? Would you be able to give me the control? Should I? No. Okay. So next is going to be really challenging. Then I would love to present it by myself.
Okay. Shall I come out and try yourself, madam?
Yeah, one more time if it is possible, please.
Okay, madam.
I'm sorry about these guys. I mean, guys and girls.
No problem, ma'am.
Yeah, now you can try, madam. You try once.
No issues, madam.
See, I did
No
present
issues.
now your entire screen. Then I say share. I've selected this presentation. For some reason, the share button is not even enabled. Only cancel is there. I have no idea why. Crane wants to share your
Madam,
screen with
madam,
Google or share your entire screen. Okay.
Madam, sorry to interrupt you, madam.
Yes.
Madam, share button doesn't enable until you click on the screen. Once you have to access the screen first. One tip. Then only share button will be accessed.
Which screen I have to press?
No, not
I'm
press,
used
madam.
to
Yes, madam. Generally, after selecting entire screens, there is one window will come.
Yes, that in that window, the share button is disabled.
Yes,
that share
yes,
button is disabled.
That share button only enable once you click on that window, madam. Once you one tip on the window, then only share button will enable.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Now are you able to see?
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
Thank you so much, and sorry about that, guys. I'm so sorry because once I did my centering exercise, I really wanted to continue with the flow. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's continue. So this is why I said this is the prime time of your life where you have to take charge of your life now. The reason why I put now in capital letters because whatever you do now is going to prepare yourself for the next 10 years. Today, it is very fast moving world. If you can able to take certain things under your charge now, you will be able to be far more successful in your life. When I say successful, success is not about just earning money. Success is about having a great growth. At the end of the day, what's our life purpose? Our life's purpose is making enough money, having a satisfied life, and see extremely very good progression and growth in our life. That's the most important thing in our life. How do you do that? It's very important that you have to understand what will set you up for success and what will set you up for growth. It's your choice. Today, because of this unprecedented situation, you can either choose to be a victim of the circumstances, blaming the circumstances around us, or you can decide your fate. You can design your destiny. You can be master of your destiny. The choice is completely yours, mine, and ours. That's why when I was asked if I could talk to the first year marine students, I did think once, and I said, this topic seems like very ready for only for people who are probably going into their work, but but that's not the case. It is very important for students because today, even as students, you can shape up your destiny in such a way that you can progressively make it much better for your job, for your entire life. Whatever you do now is going to set you up for success. There are certain things which is definitely would be out of our control. For example, what's happening outside. Nobody thought that we are going to be sitting down in our homes, not able to go to the college. That is the best part of the college life, man. You get to see so many people, you interact with them, you share your fun, you bunk classes, sorry for that, but that is also a small amount of pleasure that you get. We all ended up sitting at our homes between the four walls and not able to do any of these things. But these are unprecedented circumstances. So you have to take responsibility for things that you can control and let go of those things that you cannot control. You cannot control what's happening outside. The only thing you can do is you can be safe and take charge of. But being at home, listening to these classes, and yet how to make the best out of it is what I'm going to be focusing on. Okay. So growth is the most important thing that we have to be focusing on. I will tell you how you start planning yourself that you can start designing a life with a purpose. So there are choices. Either we can have a life and we go with the flow, whatever happening. I mean, I just study, I get some marks, I got admission into this marine engineering first because that's what I got, or that's what people told me. And I will study this, I will apply for a job, I'll get a job. It can be as simple as that, or you can design a life with purpose. The reason why I say you have to design a life with purpose is because in the longer run, that's what is going to make you stick to your life with happiness. Happiness and growth are very important facets of life. You have to start focusing it. If you see this, the one that I have shared now, the most important thing that you have to have a balance in your life so that you achieve a life with purpose. What do I mean by that? If you see this circle, okay, this circle at the top, if you get to do what you love and what you are good at, you become extremely passionate at it and you do better and better of that because you are good at it and you also love what you do. If you also love what you do and that is also what the world needs, then it becomes a mission. So it gives you so much of pleasure in doing that. Okay, for example, connecting with charity, today in COVID times, you need lot of help by supplementing or supporting this oxygen, etc., and all of those things. That's what the world needs to. So when you start doing it, and you get a sense of accomplishment because you've helped somebody, that becomes your mission. When you work on something that's the world needs, and you're also getting paid for, and that becomes your occasion because that's what the world needs and you are spending your time on that. When you are good at something, for example, after you finish your 4 years of graduation, I'm sure you would have become a marine engineer, so you have expertise in that field, and you're also getting a job in the same field you're paid for, that becomes your profession. So you work on that, and that earns you money. But nevertheless, if you see these points of intersections where it is also what you love, it is also what you are good at, it is also what you can be paid off. So you get an extreme high sense of satisfaction, but you're working in something that is not what the world needs. So that is why you get a satisfaction, but you are useless because it is not what the world needs. If you are doing something which you are good at, and you're also getting money for it, and that is what the world needs, then you're comfortable, but a feeling of emptiness because you are doing everything else for others, but it's not what you love. If you're working on something that is what the world needs and what you love, and what you're paid for, you get an excitement, you're comfortable with the feeling of emptiness, sorry. But if you are working on something with what the world needs and what you love to and what you are paid at also, you get an excitement because you're doing something what everybody needs and you're also getting a good salary, but you're not good at it. So you're always having this sense of uncertainty and fear, okay? What will they find out if that I am not good at it? What would I be? Would I lose the job? So you have this sense of uncertainty here. You are doing what you love, what you're good at, and what the world needs, but you're not being paid for it. It gives you ultimate delight, but you have accumulated no wealth. You'll be doing something again and again and again, but you're not accumulating anything. So the most important thing for you is to find a balance between all of these, okay? And that is called Ikigai. I really don't know how many of you have heard a word called Ikigai. Ikigai is a Japanese term. It means reason for being, as simple as that. Have you seen? Japanese are the people in this world who have the longest lifetime and one of the happiest people too. Of course, people from Finland are probably the most happiest because their job styles are very different. They do 9 to 5 and etc. Japanese are of the same Asian descent, yet they are the happiest people in terms of the Asian descent and they also have a longer lifetime because they follow something called Ikigai. My question to you is, how do you find what is your Ikigai so that you keep running your life with purpose, happier, having steady growth, and make it more wonderful and happier terms for you? Are you with me so far? Anybody have any questions? You can unmute yourself and ask, or shall I proceed? Hello?
No questions.
Okay. So let me just take you through certain smaller steps of how to find your Ikigai, okay? Most important thing is setting goals. These are certain proven methods of doing certain things in a certain way. There are a lot of high achieving people have done it. You might as well try doing it. That's the most important thing, goal setting. What is goal setting? I think this might appear as the same things that people are already talking to you, okay? Like, this is what we heard from our professors, this is what we heard from our lecturers, and people keep telling about set goals, follow your goals, and etc. and all of those things. But let me tell you certain things associated with it. How do you set your goals? It is not like I have to finish this marine engineering is your goal. That is your goal, definitely. That's one of the important goals. But you should also have life goals because life is a marathon. It is not just this 4 years of your of engineering. Okay, you might have to study abroad, or you might have to do further study, or you might have to work. You might have to survive in a very different conditions. Because as marine engineers, and as computer engineer, I had the comfort of sitting in an air-conditioned office and do the work. Of course, it is stressful because there is no limited hours of work. You sit before a machine and for longer times. It does have its own merits and demerits. But as marine engineers, tomorrow you have to set yourself to explore the world, okay, into destinations and places that you have not probably explored before. You will be exploring the world more than us. So it's very important that you set yourself for all of those things going to come into your life. How would you start defining these goals that is going to prep you to prepare for the unforeseen things? Most important thing is you have to have a goal that resonates with you. How set your goal to resonates with you? Identify your core values and strengths. The core values are something that will help you to find a deeper purpose of yourself, and that will take you to the Ikigai of what you are really good at, what you really love, what would you be able to maximize and do more and more of it, and what will also get you money. Okay, so the all facets of this will be taken care. So you really have to start getting into the deeper purpose. How will you do a deeper purpose? By identifying your core values and strengths, which means you have to start internalizing a lot, hear your inner voice, and try finding what are those things that will give you your core, that are your core strengths and values. The reason why I talk about your core strengths and values is because the more and more you identify your strengths, when you start working, you're maximizing your strengths, because there are 100 things you will feel that you're not good at. If you keep thinking about your limitations, it's going to only pull you down more and more and more. I have to work on that. I have to, then I can't speak. I am fearful. I am nervous. I can't stand before people. I can't talk better. I don't have better communication. You will have a lot of these things, okay? There are certain things which you have to work on. There are certain things which you have to identify what are your strengths and focus on maximizing them. Because if you focus on maximizing your strengths, okay, you will be able to achieve more and get the help of others, because the world is, at the end of the day, is an interdependent society. There are 100 people available around you. Take the help of others who can complement your weakness to an extent, so that you can all achieve better things. Okay. So you have to start maximizing your strengths. For that, you have to identify what are your strengths. How to identify what are your strengths? Start writing down, okay? Have a journal for yourself. Start writing down what are some of those things which made you more happy. What are some of those things which people appreciated you in your life, in your school, in your college? What are those things? And why did you think that you got appreciated for? Start writing it down. Do it again and again. You'll be able to find your strengths. Or ask your friends, what are your strengths? Start writing those strengths. And that's what I'm calling, I'm introducing to certain mechanisms, like tools, which are like, will help you to make it more structured. Not necessarily you have to use them, but these are some of the things that will help you to make it more structured. For example, the acronym SWOT. SWOT is nothing but strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Which means you can do it when usually people do this for companies, for colleges, and etc. Find out what are their strengths, what are they good at, what are they not good at with this weakness, what are the opportunities outside so that they can work on those opportunities, and what are those threats that they have to be careful about. People also do this for individuals. In corporate world, we do this for individuals because it helps us to find out what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses that I should work on, and to understand how do I better myself. I'm introducing that concept called SWOT to you, okay? So these are like 4 different quadrants. You identify your strengths, which are your advantages, what are you good at, write them down, and make sure you feel happy about it and start working on them to maximize them. Then you have your weaknesses, which is like, you have to be very honest in writing it, because the reason why you have to be honest in writing this down is because it helps you to be very, very, you have to be honest at least to yourself. That's when you will find out what is good for you. So you write down these weaknesses and see what are some of these weaknesses that are must have, that you can't compromise. Work on those weaknesses so that you can improve those, turn them into strengths. And the rest of the weakness, see if you can at least park it down, or it is not so important, or if there are ways, or if you have somebody who can complement it. Strengths and weaknesses taken care of. Opportunities are nothing but that's available. People like you are doing certain things differently, so they are better off. So you are finding out what are those opportunities. Opportunities and threats are external, whereas strengths and weaknesses are internal. So you're finding this, what are these external things, okay, that are there available. So I go and leverage those opportunities and maximize my potential, maximize my performance. Threats are there. Certain threats are, you have to be watchful of the threats, because you have to make sure that you're not becoming a victim of the threats. But if these threats, if you are being aware of the threats, helps you to prepare to face the threat, or prepare to do something about it, okay? So those are the 4 things that you listed down for yourself. When you do the SWOT analysis, now comes setting up your goals in the SMART way. SMART is nothing, it's also another acronym, which is When you say goal, you don't keep a goal like I want to go to Europe in another 15 years and build, or I need to have 4 crores in 15 years. That's a goal, I understand. But that is extremely longer term, specific money. You never know within 15 years, 4 crores is going to be as good as 4,000 rupees or 4 crores rupees. So you have to make sure that you don't keep certain very ambiguous goals, but you have to make it very, very clear. SMART is nothing but specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound goals. The reason why you need to have a very specific goal is because you have a goal that is achievable. You have to keep it very specific. I would learn a book, or I would learn a language, or I would learn to swim in the next 6 months. So you have a goal that you know that you don't know about a skill now. You are going to keep it very specific that I will learn to swim. It's as simple as that. Measurable, you would be able to measure that. Attainable, yes, learning swimming in 6 months is attainable. Realistic, 6 months is good enough time. And time bound, because your time box is 6 months. I will learn swimming after the lockdown is taken out. I will start tomorrow. Doesn't work that way. Okay. Now, if you list down 4 or 5 goals, the next important thing is you have to prioritize, because you have 100 things or 40 things on your bucket list. You're never going to be achieving all of that. Most important thing is you have to prioritize what is important for you and start achieving it one by one. Don't procrastinate. I hope you all understand what is procrastinate. So that is what most of us do, no? Even in the lockdown, when you see hundreds of videos saying you have to do this pranayama, you have to do this exercise, you have to stand in the sun, you have to walk in the sun, don't go out, all of these are there. We all know those are good things. We all know we have to be fit. We all know we have to be healthy. We all know we have to eat healthy food. Yet we find ways, okay, to procrastinate. I will start tomorrow. I will start after the lockdown is lifted. That doesn't happen. It doesn't happen at all, because you are trying to procrastinate, find a reason not to start what is going to take you to your next, make your best version of yourself. The other most important thing is taking action on that. You have this SWOT analysis, you have done the SMART goals, you have prioritized, but the moment you don't take action on that, that's it. It's very, very important you take action on them. The difference between, so otherwise it becomes a daydream. You can list all of these and have a goal, but if you don't take action on them, it is just a dream. You can keep daydreaming all about it, but if you don't take action, that's what it remains as a dream. Now you have all of these things. You have done these goals. You have this SWOT analysis. You have prioritized. You are also wanting to take action. How do you make sure that it actually works for you? How do you make sure that it is actually, you are trying to make it work the way that you want? This is where I'm going to share you certain tips, okay, that has helped me. Because if everybody has goal, if everybody are trying to act on them, why only some of the people are able to achieve it much faster? Some people have achieved like miracles. For example, see these people like Steve Jobs, Virat Kohli, Sachin Tendulkar, Elon Musk. I mean, look at any great people, okay? What have some of these people have done so that they were able to achieve faster things in their life and make a mark for themselves? Most of them are not, college dropouts as well, but there are certain things that they do it consistently and persistently, and they were able to get better results. I'm going to give you some of these tips. I am not an expert. I am not an NLP practitioner or something, but I have read a lot of books, listened to a lot of these videos from a lot of these great people, and I've accumulated this, okay? And that's what I'm going to share with you. The most important thing is visualize yourself as a person who want to achieve that vision. Have a vision board for yourself. Write it down in a paper. Put your core values, strengths, this vision, etc. in your room. So you have a lot of these different pictures. It's okay. Have fun with them, because at no point of time I want you to get bored. But also pay attention to some of these things. Have this vision. and think about this vision day in and day out. Okay, what do I do this? If I achieve that, how will I look like? Talk to yourself. Okay, this is how I will be running my life. This is how I will look like. This is how I'll carry myself. This is how I will smile. This is how I will walk. This is how I would be invited to events. So start visualizing those things in your mind. You have to get to that moment of achievement. Okay, start doing it. Don't think that what I'm trying to say is something that is very superficial. It's not. Trust me, it will work. Do it. Start visualizing it, because the moment you start visualizing it, you're already starting to do something towards your goal. Affirmations based on 3 P's. You have to start very, very strong affirmations for yourself. The 3 P's are nothing but personal, positive, and always in the present tense. Start putting affirmations to yourself that I am healthy, I am smart, I am doing this, I am going to achieve this, and make it have that I am okay, and with a strong present tense that I am so and so. I am smart. I have achieved this. I am a postgraduate, or I am the captain of the ship. Start doing it. It might appear as concepts that is like little naive. Okay, that is not. It works. I'll share you a story here. Okay, my own personal story. 4 years back, there is somebody at my home who was hospitalized. Very close, dear one to me. Because of an unknown symptom. When I say it's not an unknown symptom, it's an unknown disease. She had symptoms of these rashes, severe rashes all over the body from top to bottom. And they couldn't identify what this is, so they asked her to be hospitalized, and she was put into an ICU overnight. She was given heavy steroids. They started investigating, taking these blood samples and etc. First day, second day, the condition only worsened. They couldn't diagnose, because every result that they tried to diagnose came, they had some suspicion they tried to diagnose, it came as negative, came as negative, came as negative. 3 days, 4 days, her condition worsened. The BP parameters became low. Now she no longer could eat. When those rashes come, it'll come as if it starts from the head to the toe, okay, like a cloud, and she has enormous feeling of pain and itching. Okay, we have to put her into steroids and give her a sleeping dose. That's how that condition is managed. 5 days passed. On the 6th day, the doctors called me and some of my people in my family to a separate room, and you see 7-8 other doctors in that room. Okay, what would you think when you go and step into the room? As if the worst is in store. They ask me to sit down, take a cup of water, and then they say, I think we suspect something else, because all these 5 days of tests became very inconclusive. We are suspecting something else. And the result of that could be X, Y, and Z. It could be even something that could result in a worst scenario or worst case. So get yourself mentally prepared. I think my whole world was doomed. Okay, I just couldn't take that message. I have no choice. I just took that message. I came out of the room. I came into this room and I saw this person, and I was only smiling to the person because I really don't want to let that person know what I have gone through in my mind. They continued with further tests. Okay, these tests are like, when I don't even want to tell what are those tests. They take the liquid from the spine, and all of those things became very, very difficult moments of my life. But that day, I made myself okay, because that day I felt that science is no longer going to help me. None of this is going to help me. No matter what, I'm going to take this person completely relieved of whatever symptoms they have, and I'm going to take this person another 5 days, because after 6 days, Diwali festival was coming. This person was constantly asking me, okay, would I be able to go and enjoy that? That is the day I made myself okay. No matter what, I'm going to take this person well in a good situation out of this hospital to my home, no matter what. What I did, I trusted God because I had faith in God. You can call it as God, life force, ether medium, whatever you want to call that, okay? But believe in that something in that universe that's going to make you achieve what you want. I kept reaffirming myself, nothing like it, okay? All I had is affirmations again and again and again and again. Trust me, I'm sharing with you an extremely personal story of my life, okay? And it worked. 7th, 8th day, she got discharged because the condition, the rashes started coming down. It completely vanished on the 9th day. We had follow-ups for 4 months after that. Till today, we have had seen 20 different specialists, okay, on the 2 months of time. Nobody was able to conclude what it was, what caused it, how it got cured. Nobody was able to do it. But I believe that the universe just conspired to help me because I had belief that I want to have this person well and healthy, and I took her home. This happened 4 years back in my life. So I would say that time I did not even know about all of these NLPs. All I believed, and I started saying that, okay, this is going to happen. So please have those affirmations in the present, positive, and personal tones. Verbalization. Say, I am healthy, I am good, I am smart, I am learning, I will learn. I mean, keep everything as if you have already achieved, okay? Just do that. The affirmation that I used that time is, okay, that is, so and so is healthy as a wholesome by God's grace. That's the affirmation I kept saying again and again and again. And I never ever went to that hospital ever again. I really don't want any of you to go through this pain, but this has happened. The other thing is the acting that part. Be your authentic self. What means, if this is what you want to achieve, you already believe that you've achieved that, okay? And try to talk to that authentic self again and again and again. Okay, that I am a marine engineer, I am captaining a ship, or I am researching, I am a researcher, I am working in this and place. Start acting that part and authentic self to yourself again and again. Feed your mind is acquire the necessary knowledge and skills to reach what your goals. That's very important. You can't do all of these verbalization affirmations and think that you will achieve. You have to have those affirmations thinking that you are already achieved there, but you've got to feed your mind with the knowledge and the skills for you to be competent in your job. Nobody in this world achieve anything by themselves. It's important that you associate with people. Even if you are in your first year of your college, I don't know how many of you have LinkedIn profiles and etc. Find out what are your community, okay? The community of what you want to achieve. You will have like-minded people who have already done the same journey, who already walked the path. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Try and make friends with them. Find that network, find that connections, and try to get information. Try to be friends with them. Try to see the most important thing. I'll say, okay, because we always try to hold back ourselves saying, I'm only a student, I'm only a first year student, they are accomplished people. If I reach out to them, would they accept my invitation? Would they be friends with me? Would they be able to share? It doesn't matter. When you think that they are going to be of some help to you, ask. Don't hesitate, don't be shy. Shamelessly ask for help. That's the most important thing. You will. If they don't accept, it's okay. But what if they accept? You will get so many things that you can learn, that you can get from their experiences. So associate with people in your career, in whatever you want to achieve. Whatever you get, see if you can share with others also, because at the end of the day, in this world, you have to be ready to teach and share things with others. Make sure that your goals always have this purpose and connect with the Ikigai. Whatever you want to do, find some balance that it is actually your Ikigai, okay? Because otherwise, you will have this sense of helplessness or unworthiness and all of those things, and you will drop some. So you would have worked on all of these things just to drop it at some point of time. Don't do that. Make sure it connects to your purpose. Once in a while, every 2 years, 3 years, or whatever, you start reevaluating, because some of your weakness would have become strength, some of your goals would have achieved, or some of the goals would have changed. reevaluate, and start acting on these things. Now, having done all of these things, okay, now how would you get the energy to do all of these things every day in and day out? Because at the end of the day, that is what life is. You have to have a sound body, mind, and spirit for you to achieve anything in life. How do you get out of the bed with a spring on your feet? It is very important, because that is what will take you miles. That is what will help you to run, to lead your life with purpose. You have to start focusing on your mind, body, and soul. You can blame the circumstances. I'm sitting at home. I don't get any time to run. I don't get any time to walk. I am not able to go to the gym. I'm not able to do weightlifting, blah, blah. I'm not able to go to film. The choice is yours. Because nobody knows when will all these crazy things will end and we will get our time. This is like, when will the waves stop for me to wade through? The tides and waves doesn't stop at all. You have to find ways to wade through it despite the circumstances. Now, what do you do? The most important thing that you have to have balance across all of these skills. Because you're at home, do what you can do for the physical body, yoga, pranayama. This might sound as advices, but the only thing I would say is, okay, there are people who have benefited, including myself. I am diabetic because my father had been diabetic. I was diabetic even when I had my child in my when I was pregnant with gestation diabetes, because I got acquired by all these genetic reasons. And I have food reflux. I had food reflux, what I would say. But in the last 3 years, I don't even take any medicine, because while I was working in PayPal, it's a high-paying job, extremely very good position. I was a director in product development. You have to travel a lot. I have traveled. You mean for 8 to 9 months on of the job, you will be traveling to US or UK or somewhere. You have huge respect. But the only problem is, okay, comes with it, or because you are traveling in a different time zone, all this luxury comes with a cost. You don't get to follow a right pattern of sleep or a pattern of food and etc. What happened is that added to my chaos of my what do I say, ill health is what I would say. Unless I had to do something about it, I would have gone in a very different tangent. So what I did is, I kept myself a goal that I am going to stop taking these diabetic pills. I acted on them. I changed my lifestyle. I changed my food. You have to trust me, because there is nothing I get by selling. But if these are lies, there's nothing I get by telling to you, because at the end of the day, you are just getting, you are probably 25 years younger than me, okay? What will I get by telling lies to you? And that worked. Today, I don't take any pills for my illness. I reversed my diabetes. I reversed my food reflux, all because of my lifestyle changes, nothing else, trust me. So, especially given all the circumstances outside, you really have to go to work yourself, both on your body, mind, and spirit and soul. Very important. Take healthy meals, do meditation, because meditation grounds you. I'm sure the first 5 minutes when we did the centering exercise, it did give me some peace of mind, okay? Because it's so noisy, so many things outside. You always are in these gadgets. The gadgets gives you enormous amount of negative news. So much of negativity on the TV, on the mobile, on the WhatsApp. When you open the newspaper, you see only those things. People come and talk to you, or I empathize with you all. It would have happened in your life too. It would have happened to your near and dear ones. God forbid. I think I want all of you to be safe and sound, but these things are things that are out of our control. The only thing that you can control is keep yourself calm and peaceful and healthy. That's all in your hands. You have got to have this focus on these things. Take time for your body, take time for your mind, take time for your soul to relax yourself. Be kind. Be grateful to what you have. I am sure all of us are probably in the top, or the 15% of the world's population who have the luxury of sitting at home, having a computer or a phone or etc., and listening from their comfort of their home. I do as part, I mean, I am a trustee of a non-profit or an NGO, and I'm also work with a lot of NGOs, because that's why I quit my job, okay? Because after 25 years in IT industry, I thought, okay, I have been running behind this for so long. It's time for me to pause in my life and do something else different. So I resigned my job in PayPal last year. I started this She-Evolve Innovations, that's for women, and also started working with a lot of these NGOs for the underprivileged kids. I thought I'm going to work with a few people. I don't know what God has had in store. I quit my job in February. From March 2020, it's locked down. And then we had the series of people, the government, especially the government school children who are not even going to school. They're idling their time. So we started working with them to give them this education and etc. I'm so grateful for that, that I'm able to, that my decision in February, because I was always trying to internalize what is the best thing for me to, what should I do? I'm getting bored with my job. I'm not liking it any far. And I said, okay, whatever it is, I'm going to put my papers and I'm okay to live without a salary for 2-3 years. It's fine. And I could to take the decision because I was very disciplined and I was able to settle down in my life, because I could take this decision when I was 45 years of old. So you can also do that. You might even be able to do it earlier than that. And when such things happen, when the circumstances of COVID came, I said, maybe it was by design. It was the purpose in it. That was my purpose in life. I have to do something for this society. I started working with something called Let's Teach English.org all across India. And we are teaching spoken English for this government school kids and NGOs. We have 500 students, 5,000 students in the last 1 year who have been taught this spoken English class. So what I am trying to say is, be grateful for what we have got. Today, being alive, I think we have to be grateful. That's how serious the situation is. Be kind, be grateful, do meditation, listen to music, and whatever you like, do. So that's you have to have blocks of time, because if you only focus on your goal and all of these things that is going to give you something in the future, you're going to be bored, because you're not seeing the tangible, the remuneration at this point of time. Remember, life is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So if you keep on sprinting, okay, and do it faster, you will get tired, exhausted, and you will start reversing your direction, okay, because you're so tired of it. What you need to do, you need to take time to make sure that you also take breaks in between, because you have to slow down once in a while. It's okay to give exception. When you have a very disciplined life of all of these things, okay, you might feel lost or weird or tired some days. So it's time, when there are times where you have to slow down, because it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You have to keep running the longer distance. So you pace out your things in your life in such a way that you are able to achieve certain things which is very fast when you need it at that time. When you don't want, you take a break, you give others a chance, or you do what you like. Might not be giving you money, but that's what I am doing. I've started learning French language. I've started doing this art and craft. I'm doing mandalas. I've started working with non-profits. I'm doing this COVID Widows Help. I am part of this organization called COVIDwidows.in, who is working with Udhir More, and we are trying to see how we can start getting these COVID widows back into their life, okay, because they've lost their earning member of their life. We have to make sure that these women start to earn for the betterment of their life. So you can do a lot of these things. So when there are times that you want to have to take a break, take a break. Finally, I want to tell you this. Whatever everybody, including you or everybody else, see is the top part of the iceberg, success. People see the success that they have achieved, that he is a captain of the Indian cricket team, that he started Apple and he has a wonderful Apple phones and all of these wonderful innovations. Elon Musk, he is the first person other than NASA, other than a government agency. He owns a private company and that has launched satellites into the space. He's the first person in the entire world. People see only the success. What you don't see are the things that's behind them. You have to have discipline. You have to have good goals. You have to do hard work for it. Good habits. Good habits are nothing but what I have been talking through so far. A goal, a way to reach them, a disciplined way to reach them, sacrificing your time, because there are certain things you have to sacrifice. Sacrifices in terms of just relaxing on the bed with your cell phones and seeing something that is of no relevance to you. That is not giving you any sense of purpose. It's okay to check your phones, listen to music, but time box every one of them. And of course, not everything is going to be successful for you. There are times where you will have failures. The most important thing I'll tell you, failures are very important part that I want to discuss. Most important thing, we don't even attempt certain things because we have the fear of failure. We have the fear of being judged. Because what if somebody will think me that way? What if I fail? Would I be seen bad in front of their eyes? What will they tell about me? If you give your life to the whims and fancies of others, that means you're getting the control of your life to somebody else. Ignore it. You are part of the ecosystem. You have to listen to the good and the bad. I'm not saying no, but take it with a pinch of salt. If there are certain things only you know, have confidence and proceed, and have a persistent belief that you can achieve it. If it is good and it aligns with the life's purpose, aligns with the purpose of the universe, it will happen. In the worst case, if there is a failure, it's okay. You would have at least learned something. Not attempting is the worst thing you can do because you are keeping on fearing about it. Let go this fear. Don't be fearless. What if it fails? It's okay. You can collect yourself and move on, but at least try it out. Give it a try. And probably I will stop for questions here because I have been talking a lot. I have been giving you a lot of these things. What I'm trying to say is, in essence, is this is a prime time of your lifetime. This is where you have to start focusing and placing yourself and thinking about your future. If your future is want to be an awesome one and not the normal one, you've got to do things differently. And these are some of the things that you can start focusing on now in a structured way or systemic way, so that you can see life very differently. But how do you do this despite the chaos around us? Start believing in something. Do some positive affirmations. Try focusing on yourself, both mind, body, and soul. And there are chances that you will definitely succeed. Success is not just in success in terms of earning money. I'm sure you would have progressed and you would be having a happy life. At the end of the day, happiness is in your hands. You have got to make yourself happy, which means you have also make sure that you are listening to your heart. You are doing certain things right. There are times where certain things will, negativity will be around. You have to start deleting them out of your life, because you need to be self-aware and self-content. Otherwise, somebody will start pulling you in their direction, and you will start living their life. That is what you should not do. You have to be self-aware, be self-content, be fearless. Don't let others judge you. You listen to them, because the ship, if you see the ship or a boat, a small boat, will go as plain as possible without any disturbances on this massive ocean. The moment that boat let a drop of water from that ocean come into it, it will start sinking. So take others' perspectives with a pinch of salt, with a limitation, and don't let that affect you. I'll stop here for questions.
Madam,
Yes?
Yes. Now the
Wonderful.
floor is open to
Madam.
question and answer session.
you conveyed about how to succeed in life by goal setting and how to visualize that, the ways to achieve that, and the importance of holistic living. It will be always kept in our mind, and we will follow them in our career. Thank you, madam. Thank you for this wonderful speech. Any queries, students, may please.
Madam, before the queries could start, really, we are all very happy to have you in this platform, in this career development, program. One reason is I found everyone would like to explain a little bit on, others' examples, but whereas you have explained your life example. How the traveling, as we do in marine, we do a lot of traveling and so on. and have a very high pressurized schedule and so on. The similar way you have been facing, and how you faced in the past, and now how are you in the present. This live example, what you have given, is an excellent thing that we have, we heard it, and we would like to, our cadets also will definitely, appreciate and follow the same. Yeah, well, relaxation. First thing is relaxation in a tough schedule. How to remain relaxed in a tough schedule, and the food habits, the change of food habits which you gave. These examples are very nice, and thank you very much, madam. We have heard you, and of course, I leave it to the floor now for questions. Thank you again, madam. Thank you.
Thank you. Come on, people. I'm sure there will be tons of questions.
Come on. You must be having some questions. Please ask, madam. It's a very good opportunity that you're meeting, madam, now. Please go ahead.
Don't be shy. Okay, I'll tell you, I am as simple a person like you. Okay, I am no different from you all. It is not like I have learned everything. I have miles to go before I have lots of things to learn from you too. That's what I'm trying, because marine engineering is something that I had never thought I have very less knowledge about it. Let me admit that. Okay. So when Sashikala is my college mate at the end of the day. Okay. So when she invited me, so I did I tried to understand what it is, what do they do, what are the job opportunities, and etc. Very fascinating field. Okay. So there is nobody in this world who knows everything. So should you have some questions which in what I have told, or what you think that you can get better at, please feel free to ask me. Anybody?
Yes, Monica, you please ask.
Okay. Somebody?
I would like.
Okay.
Okay. So maybe I
Yes.
still have, yeah. Yes, Maunikant. Okay, type it. If you're not, yeah, if you have problems with your mic, it's okay. Type it. Let me read that. Yes. And I'll answer you. Go ahead. Okay. Maybe anybody? Okay, in the interest of the time, maybe I'll take it through the net. I'll share something else to you. So where did I seek some of these things, and where did I gain some of this? Because of my experience. Okay, I traveled all around the world as part of my job opportunities, because I have to do some. I used all of these interactions. See every interaction as an opportunity, people. That's how I will put it. Okay, remember this line. Every interaction is an opportunity for you to gain something, to learn something, or to give something. It's up to you how to use that opportunity. So I have gained these things in my experience of traveling because of my job and because of my family and etc. and all of those things. And it's also that I picked up a habit. Okay. So how do you do this? You need to have, you have to have sound habits as part of your life. Don't procrastinate. Start putting it as a habit. Okay. You can start with one thing, maybe 30 minutes of listening to a book, or 30. I read enormous self-help books. One point of time, I thought the self-help books are somebody's success story and it's not going to help me. The problem with that, okay, we quit these books half of it because we don't have the patience to read through it. We don't have the patience to follow it and see. We think that these are very simple things, or these are things that worked for them and not for me. These are very alien and foreign things. It's not. The moment I start paying attention to these books, and you can read these books today, you have these in various formats. There are Audible, there are apps that you can listen to these, the summary of these books, not even full books. Okay, you can listen to the full summary of the books. You can get 15 minutes of summary of these books, which will give you very clear snippets. make it a habit to listen to these books. Okay, make it a habit to or you can, there are tons of these available YouTube, you can listen to those things every day. Just pick up one habit. For the next 6 months, I will listen to 15 minutes of different books every day, or I will spend 20 minutes of drawing. I will do something. Okay, you do something different and you get into that flow state or the centering state, you will be able to achieve that in your studies too. Whatever I have told you, it's nothing alien, it's not outside of your academics. The things that you are going to do whatever I told you, you can follow, and it's going to help your academics well. You will be able to read faster, you will be able to accumulate skills faster, you will be able to experience things faster. So the magic wand that I'm going to show you is, these are some of the books which I would recommend. Okay, I still able to see my presentation? Yes.
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 Yes, ma'am.
Madam? Hello?
Yeah, madam
Hello,
has
madam?
left, I think.
Madam left. He wrongly pressed something. Students, feedback from link is posted in the chat box. Please fill out the form, feedback form, which is posted in the chat box. Cadets,
Feedback forms are available in the chat box. Participants, please fill it. Ramurthy, sir.
yes, sir.
Whether ma'am will come again?
Yeah, I'm
Whether she's going to
contacting
join?
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will contact.
Yeah. Sujay, what's your question? Do you have any query?
Sir, I didn't
Raise
get
your
feedback
hand.
link, sir.
Oh, again
Yes,
you
sir, I
want a
didn't get my
feedback.
feedback link. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's available in the chat box. Wait, I'll post it again. Can you find?
Yes, sir, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Okay, thank you all participants. A good day. I think Ramurthy, sir,
Yes, sir.
whether ma'am is going to rejoin, sir?
ட்ரை பண்றேன் சார். அவங்க வராங்களா, கனெக்ட் ஆகுறாங்கன்னு கேக்குறேன்.
இல்லைன்னா வைண்ட் அப் பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
Yes, yes.
The person you're calling is not.
ராமமூர்த்தி சார்
Yes, sir.
சார் ஃபீட்பேக் வந்து யாருனாலும் கொடுக்கலாம்ல இல்ல ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் மட்டும் தானா?
ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு தான் சார் கரெக்டா பண்ணியிருக்கேன்.
இல்ல நான் ஜெனரல் ஃபீட்பேக் மட்டும் சொல்றேன் நான்.
ஜெனரல் ஃபீட்பேக்
அபௌட் த ப்ரோக்ராம்
யார் வேணாலும் கொடுக்கலாம் சார்.
ஓகே ஓகே ஃபைன் ஃபைன்.
Arun sir.
Yes, sir.
What are thanks சொல்லிடலாமா சார்? மயங்க் தியாகி கால் பண்ணி.
மேடம் இல்ல.
மேடம் ட்ரை பண்றேன் எடுக்கல.
Yeah. Okay, now I call upon our cadet Mayank Tyagi to give vote of thanks. Mayank Tyagi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can go for vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. First and the foremost, I express my heartfelt thanks to Emmett University Management, Principal Sir, Dean Academics Madam for their support and valuable guidance given in organizing this wonderful career development and motivational program. Take charge of your life now for the cadets who are aspiring for a good and a successful future. I feel grateful and immense pleasure to convey my thanks to the resource person, Mrs. R. Baduri Madam, for her enriched and enlightened, meticulous motivational speech. I thank all the faculty of Marine Engineering Department, staff, cadets of Marine Engineering, and everyone who all are the part of the successful completion of this program in a grand manner. Thank you all.
Thank you,
Mayank. Thank you, Mayank. So feedback link is available in the chat box. So those who not yet filled, you fill the feedback form and then you can leave. Thank you all. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Madam.
Oh, when did I lose you?
Yeah, just now I ended up, madam.
No, ma'am.
Thank you,
Okay,
madam.
that's fine. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks
when
for
did I
sharing
lose
your
you?
experience and for the wonderful presentation. I think after in the question answer session, the call get disconnected, right?
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
Anyway, thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your experience and for the wonderful presentation. Really,
Yeah,
it will take charge of our life. Yeah.
I'll just end with a small prayer for each of you. If you don't, I'll just want to do that. Okay, if you're all okay.
Yeah.
May you
sure.
be safe and protected. May you all be happy and peaceful. May you be healthy and strong. May you all carry your life with ease and grace. That's my wish, and that's the end of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you all. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Sir, faculty, sir, I will close the wind up, sir. I will close the call.
Yeah, sure, sir. We will close it, sir.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you,
thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you for everyone.
That's what. Thank you.